Hello, it's Veganuary day 23 and I have my glasses on because I can't see. I usually don't wear them, but I'm a little bit tired today, so I just pop them on so I can see the camera. And today, I'm sure there was something I was going to talk about veganism. Oh yes, veganism. That's what we're talking about. It's Veganuary day 23. Today I wanted to talk about traces of. Okay, now when you buy something in the shop and you're reading the ingredients list, as you do when you're vegan or new vegan, very often you'll get to the bit where it says about allergy advice and it'll say may contain traces of peanuts, milk, eggs, etc. Now a lot of people ask me, can I eat this? Or can you eat this if it says traces of, because they're not sure. Now in my understanding, please correct me if I'm wrong, my understanding is that if something says traces of, that's there for allergy information only, okay? As a general rule, if the ingredients list says may contain traces of or may contain a little bit of milk or dairy, that usually means it's just been packaged or processed in the same factory that also packages or processes dairy products, milk products or egg products or products containing those things. It doesn't mean they're actually in the recipe of the item you've bought. So strictly speaking, it's still a vegan item. It may just have been prepared by a company that also prepares, packages or produces non-vegan items. It doesn't mean it's a non-vegan item. Now, I do know some vegans who choose to avoid products altogether if it says may contain traces of. Now, that's not possible for everybody. And when we go back to the founding principles of being vegan, it does say that we do what's practicable. So what's doable. And if it's not affordable for you to buy all the specialist vegan products, because to get something approved by the Vegan Society is expensive and you may have to go to a specialist shop or buy all your food from a special little organic shop that you have to travel to. That's not possible for everyone, okay? Not everyone can do that, not everyone has the time to do that, and not everybody can afford to do that, okay? So as far as I'm concerned, if it says may contain traces of, it's still vegan as long as there's nothing listed in the ingredients list that comes from an animal, okay? Or from any sort of extractive animal or secretion, or from any sort of animal suffering or exploitation. It's a trace, it's just a company that also makes non-vegan products, okay? So it's really up to you how you handle this one. Personally, I don't consider it too much of an issue because I'm not privileged enough to be able to exclude all of those things from my entire life. For me, that would just be impossible to do. I don't have the time. I'm not particularly rich, much as I'd love to live on really nice, pure, expensive, organic stuff from specialist shops. I can't do that. Okay, and I don't think I'd be a very good model of a vegan if I did that because it just makes it too difficult for people to attain. It makes it seem something that's only possible if you're white and middle class and privileged, and of a certain income level, and being vegan does not require that at all. If you choose to, if you want to exclude all of those products that contain traces of dairy from other products that those manufacturers produce, then that's great, but that is your call, that's your decision to make. Some people do that. Some people go as far as boycotting companies altogether that produce anything that contains any sort of animal extracts or secretions. And that's not possible for everybody. And I accept that that's not possible for everybody because it isn't possible for me either. So again, do what you can, okay? And it is always do what you can, do what's possible for you to do. So if you have to buy this particular shampoo, this one is vegan friendly, but maybe the parent company isn't such a great company, for animal welfare or even animal testing or animal products in different countries, it's a difficult one because this particular product is vegan, but the parent company may not have a good record. It's a decision that you have to make for yourself. If that's the best you can do right now, buying that vegan product, then that's the best you can do. When I buy my shampoo, I have this, I have this every time I go to buy shampoo. I'm like, but I want to buy the vegan one, but I don't have £7 for a shampoo. That's not in my price range. you know, so we do the best we can. We buy the shampoo that is vegan friendly, even if maybe the company isn't the best one that we would like to support. We do what we can. So traces of, yes, it doesn't necessarily mean it's not vegan. It just means that it's not necessarily packed away from things that aren't vegan, or the parent company may handle products that aren't vegan or produce products that aren't vegan, which unfortunately is extremely common. So it's your call to make. Don't feel pressurized either way, because you know your life, you know what's possible and affordable for you. And I certainly wouldn't want to introduce any sort of snobbery, because there's enough snobbery about veganism, or perceived snobbery about veganism already, and I don't think that helps the movement. And if it doesn't help the movement, it doesn't help the animals, and I want to help the animals. So don't worry if it says traces of, okay? You're not about to get arrested by the vegan police. We do what we can. Traces of means traces of. It's not an ingredient. The product is still technically vegan.